Brock Lesnar wrecks Oba Femi. The Beast is back on Raw. Brock's massive F5 stuns WWE. Oba Femi destroyed by Lesnar. Raw explodes after Brock's return. Make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Did WWE just unleash the one man who can completely destroy everything Oba Femi has been building for the last year? And after all this time away, why did Brock Lesnar choose this exact moment to come back? Because trust me, this did not feel random. This felt personal. This felt calculated. And honestly, the second that music hit, the entire atmosphere of Raw changed in a way you could literally feel through the screen. You know those moments in wrestling where the crowd suddenly stops sounding like fans and starts sounding like people witnessing a natural disaster? Yeah, it was one of those nights. So the show starts normally enough. Oba Femi walks out looking like the most confident man alive. And to be fair, why wouldn't he? The guy has been tearing through WWE like a wrecking ball lately. Every week it feels like another superstar gets folded in half trying to stop him. Commentary keeps calling him unstoppable, fans online are debating whether he's the future of WWE, and honestly, they might not be wrong. The scary part about Oba isn't even just the strength. It's the calmness. Some wrestlers scream. Some wrestlers try too hard to look intimidating. Oba Femi just walks slowly to the ring like he already knows the ending of the fight. That's what makes him dangerous. He fights like a guy who genuinely believes nobody in the company can touch him. And for a while, he was right. So when he grabbed the microphone on Raw, the energy already felt weird. Not bad weird. More like, something's coming weird. Wrestling fans know the feeling. You can sense it before it happens. The camera starts lingering too long. Commentary starts talking a little differently. Even the crowd noise changes. Oba starts talking about dominance. About how there's nobody left who can challenge him. About how legends are fading away while he's becoming the new monster of WWE. And honestly, the crowd was buying into it. Then he said something interesting. He said this era belongs to him now. And look, maybe that line doesn't sound dangerous at first. But in wrestling? Saying you own the era is basically summoning every dangerous lunatic in history. It's like standing in the middle of the woods yelling, "There are definitely no bears out here." Brother, why would you do that? The second he said it, some fans in the crowd started buzzing. You could hear it. That low rumbling noise people make when they think something crazy might happen. Then it happened. Brock Lesnar's music hit. And the building absolutely lost its mind. Not normal cheering either. This was chaos. Pure chaos. People jumping out of their seats. Phones flying into the air. Commentary completely breaking. One guy near the barricade looked like he saw a ghost. Honestly, I think half the arena forgot how breathing works for a second. Because here's the thing people forget about Brock Lesnar. WWE doesn't present him like a wrestler. They present him like an extinction-level event. You don't prepare for Brock Lesnar. You survive Brock Lesnar. And when he walked onto that stage, man. No smile. No fireworks celebration. No dramatic entrance gear. Just Brock staring directly at Oba Femi like he was looking at a problem that needed to be solved violently. That stare alone told the entire story. Oba tried not to react at first. You could see it. He stood there trying to keep that same confident expression. But there was this tiny moment, literally half a second, where his face changed. Just slightly. And that's what made this segment brilliant. Because for the first time in a long time, Oba Femi looked unsure. Now let's be honest here. A lot of WWE stars talk tough until Brock appears. Then suddenly everybody remembers they have families to go home to. Brock has this weird aura where even giant wrestlers start looking like nervous interns standing next to the boss. And Brock? He slowly walked to the ring like he had all the time in the world. No rush. That's what makes him terrifying. A dangerous man running at you is scary. A dangerous man walking calmly toward you? That's horror movie stuff. Commentary started bringing up Brock's history. Former champions destroyed. Careers changed forever. People sent into retirement. And meanwhile, the crowd is getting louder every second because everyone knows this confrontation can only end one way. Violence. Beautiful, chaotic wrestling violence. Oba finally speaks. He tells Brock this isn't his WWE anymore. Says the old monsters are finished. Says Brock disappeared because deep down he knew somebody bigger and stronger was coming. Now pause right there. That line? Bold. Extremely bold. Potentially funeral-level bold. And the crazy thing is, Brock smiled. Just a little. That's when the fans completely lost control because wrestling fans know what that smile means. Brock smiling is like seeing a shark circle the boat. Nothing good happens after that. Oba stepped closer. The tension got ridiculous. Crowd chanting everywhere. Some people screaming for Brock. Others screaming for Oba. And right before things exploded, there was this tiny moment where both men stood face to face in complete silence. Honestly, it looked like the final boss meeting the new boss. Then chaos. Oba shoved Brock first. Bad decision. Horrific decision, actually. Brock didn't even stumble. He just looked annoyed. Like somebody interrupted his lunch. Then suddenly Brock exploded forward with that terrifying speed he still somehow has. Which honestly makes no sense anymore. The man moves like a grizzly bear that learned martial arts. The punches started flying. Crowd losing their minds. Security hesitating because nobody on earth gets paid enough to separate Brock Lesnar from a fight. Oba tried fighting back. And to his credit, he actually landed some heavy shots. The audience reacted huge because for a second it looked like maybe Oba could actually stand toe-to-toe with Brock. But then Brock caught him. And once Brock gets his hands on you, the universe changes. You could literally hear the crowd rising before the move even happened. Because everyone recognized the setup instantly. F5. And when Brock launched Oba Femi through the air, good lord. The impact looked insane. Oba crashed to the mat so hard the entire arena exploded. Commentary screaming. Fans jumping everywhere. One dude in the front row looked emotionally devastated. Like he just watched his favorite football team get relegated. And Brock just stood there afterward breathing heavily while the crowd chanted his name. That image mattered. Because this wasn't just a return. This was a statement. Brock Lesnar came back to remind WWE what real destruction looks like. And the scary part? Oba Femi isn't some weak rookie. This is one of the most dominant rising stars WWE has created in years. People genuinely believed he was untouchable. Then Brock touched him once and turned Raw into a crime scene. That's the difference. And let's talk about the psychology here because WWE actually played this perfectly. They didn't bring Brock back against some random mid-card heel nobody cares about. They brought him back against a monster. Against a guy fans were starting to believe might actually be the future face of destruction in WWE. That matters because Brock doesn't just beat people. Brock changes how fans see people. After that F5, suddenly Oba looked human. But weirdly enough, that might actually help him. Hear me out. Sometimes the best thing for a monster character is getting humbled. Because now the story becomes interesting. Now we get to see how Oba responds to fear for the first time. Does he become more dangerous? More angry? More obsessed? Or does Brock completely break his confidence? That's the mystery now. And if WWE plays this correctly, this feud could become something special. Because physically, these two look unreal standing across from each other. It's like watching two final bosses from different video games somehow enter the same universe. Also, can we appreciate how terrifying Brock still looks? This man disappears for months, returns randomly, destroys somebody important, refuses to elaborate, then leaves. Honestly, Brock Lesnar has been operating like a cryptid for years now.